I was in the shower when the earthquake hit. In the gym locker room, watching the concrete walls shimmy in ways I was pretty sure that concrete was not supposed to be able to do. It lasted about 15 seconds. And when it was over, I was filled with relief. Which also lasted about 15 seconds because that's how long it took me to remember that I was married. I hadn't been married for very long, and I was still getting the hang of thinking of myself as part of a larger family unit. But suddenly that wasn't a problem, because all I could think about was her, and whether she was safe. I threw on my clothes, I ran to the car, and raced towards the house. The road home was on a very steep hill that dropped away like an Olympic ski ramp, but I didn't slow down. I launched my car like a missile through the air, trying to shave off every second I could. I wasn't thinking about my safety, I was thinking about our apartment. How it was built on top of a 2-car garage, how it shook every morning as the landlord opened the garage door, and what an earthquake could do to a place like that. So I poured on the gas. As I came around the final corner, I saw the apartment. It was still standing, and I began to breathe again. I skidded to a stop, I ran up the wooden steps, I threw open the door and searched the entire apartment. It didn't take very long, there were only 2 rooms, but my wife wasn't there. In a panic, I looked in the closet, I started searching the cupboards, I was trying not to hyperventilate. Where could she have gone? And then I heard it. A muffled cry for help. I ran back into the main room, and there she was, under the coffee table. She'd crawled under it to take shelter, but she couldn't get back out. Because she was pregnant. And for the second time that day, an object flew through the air as I yanked that table off the ground and looked down at my whole world curled up there on the floor. So fragile, so small. I dropped the table and helped my wife back up, and I held her for a very long time. We were alive, we were safe, we were together. We grew closer after that, our relationship stronger and more resilient. Our survival story became a baseline for measuring stress and adversity. This family problem, this job stress, this financial hardship, it's no fun, but at least the earth isn't trying to swallow us whole. At least we're safe and together. That story became a tool of encouragement, reminding us that if we survive that, we can get through most anything else. And I think that you can get through most anything too. In fact, you probably already have. What stories do you have? What should have crushed you but only made you stronger? And how are you putting those stories to work in your life? I want to know. That's all I've got. Thank you.